Adam Cole back at it.
He'll take a chance. Pull the goal.
Hello everyone and welcome to the HMG Rampage UnCaged show, where we're unhinged, we're uncensored, we're uncaged, right here on channelattitude.com via Hamin Media Group. I am your host Jimmy T, and my co-host. I'm not going to do his shtick because he does his shtick better than anyone does his shtick. Chris, tell him who you are, man.
I'm Christopher Ambs, that's AMBS, like Lambs with no L, and bullshit first thing in the morning. Don't worry, everybody, if you ever forget how to spell my last name, I'll just remind you at the beginning of every fucking show I do. Also, I've been watching a lot of Angry Joe reviews lately, just online, because I'm bored.
The video game Angry
The
Joe?
video game guy, yeah, Angry Joe. So,
right.
you know, as an homage to Angry Joe, let me just say, Tony, you fucked it up.
You fucked it up, eh? That's one of these ones. Well, we've got a few in the chat right now because it is a late edition of Rampage UnCaged. We appreciate all of you guys joining us. It's all our crab cats are in the house, which is funny, which is actually getting over. There's our crab cat in Lab Rat. There you go. And we got Liz in the house. And we've also got Javi Uchia in the house as well. And of course, the comment king in Todd Brantley. Hey, yo. Actually, speaking of Todd Brantley, how you feeling about your girl, Dana Brooke, getting fired? Yeah, fired.
We gotta send Todd like a care package to make sure he's okay. This is a tough time for him.
You think? And also joining us, we have Josh is in the house. What's cracking, Josh? Thank you for joining us right here on Rampage UnCaged. and the comic, he says, fine with me. I'm sure it is. Well, we'll find out. Actually, before we do get into Rampage though, Chris, what do you think about all these releases, dude? The last 24 hours have been pretty hectic, man.
Yeah, I mean, nothing really stands out as shocking or surprising in terms of the releases, does it? Like, none of these people were going to be money draws for WWE, at least not right now. The only one who's even a little surprising is Dolph, and not because I think that there's money in him, just because he's been there for so long. It's like, what's the point of even firing the guy at this point? But none of the rest of it is really surprising to me. I know Riddle was released today. People were acting very surprised by it after everything that happened last week, where he accused the fucking TSA officer of sexually assaulting him. Like,
what was up with that, dude?
I don't know. Just seemed like he's honestly. I feel like some people are just fuck ups. Like, their whole lives, they're just fuck ups. And I feel like Matt Riddle is one of those people who's like uber talented, right? Like, he's got everything you would expect to be able to succeed. He's absolutely, like, let's be legitimate here and let's be real for a second.
Absolutely.
He's fucking gorgeous as a guy, right? Like, he's incredibly good looking.
I didn't expect you to say that, but
he's
anyway.
got a fucking body of a goddamn Adonis, right? He's an actual fighter. Like, he can actually kick your ass. Like if Matt Riddle says, "Hey, I'm going to beat the shit out of you," Matt Riddle is gonna beat the shit out of you. Like there's a very small handful of people who aren't gonna get their ass kicked by that dude when he says, "I'm about to kick your ass." He's also a pretty good pro wrestler. He's got charisma. He's got a lot of things going for him, but he's just one of these people who's just a perpetual fuck up. Like, can't stop it, can't keep himself from fucking up. It's like, Dana White has talked about him a number of times where he's been like, listen, this kid could have been a world champion. There's no question, but I can't work with someone who's this unprofessional. He can't just stay away from the weed for a couple of fucking weeks. Jesus.
Well, that's what got him fired, actually, from UFC. It didn't matter how good he was in the octagon. It was basically Dana White couldn't stand him as a person. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Look, yeah, he's a good-looking guy, like you said. And sure, like, he's a great fighter, great wrestler. But, man, he's got a few fucking screws loose up here, dude. And, I mean, the fact that he came out and said he nearly got raped, sexually assaulted, whatever the fuck you want to say at was it JFK Airport, I think, in New York?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that was all about. I don't know if he was trying to, like, mask that with something he did and whatnot, but obviously that'll be done their investigation. But to be fair, he was already on the fringes of getting released, dude. All it took was one more fuck up, and that was the fuck up.
Yep.
And unfortunately,
well, like I said, he's just one of these perpetual fuck ups. That this is Matt Riddle's history in life. He cannot grow the fuck up. He's not capable of it, and it's like, I don't understand people like this, man. People who get chance after chance and opportunity after opportunity, who have talent and looks and charisma and all of everything that you could possibly want in a package for your life. And they're just like, you know what? I think I'd rather be a fuck up.
I mean, he's a fuck up in every sense. Him and his wife, he cheated on his wife, divorced his wife, hasn't seen his kids in God knows how long, but whatever. Listen,
Liz's next comment is actually way funnier. Yeah.
He looks like one of those greasy surfer guys who smells like patchouli. I mean, that's pretty bad, Liz. I mean, anyway, each to their own. Also, Todd says, funny how you try to give people constructive criticism and it gets spun into negativity. Shakes my damn head.
Well, you know what that's about, eh? That's actually about Don Stevens bringing the hammer down on our very own Stevie Richards this
there
week.
It is.
What a fuck it. Like, bro, I watched that video twice when it was first uploaded, right? Because it was so good. And like I shared it out on Twitter, and I was like, man, when Stevie Richards is cussing you out, you fucked up. Like, you fucked up.
And it takes a lot for him to get pissed off, man.
Man, like, Stevie is not a guy who's going to get fucking angry, but bro, did he get fucking angry? Did you watch it? Did you get a chance to see it?
I didn't get a chance, man. I've watched most of his videos. I haven't had the chance, and now apparently it's been taken off. It seems like I'm not going to get that fucking chance.
All right, I'm gonna describe to you basically like where he finally like lost his fucking mind. So he's showing the replay of the match, right, and a couple of different botches. He thinks the same thing I think, which is that the concussion actually happened at the dive, like that dive that started the match. Probably
people were pointing that out actually because he looked a little off.
Yeah, and you see instantly Phoenix crawls right over and like touches his hand, which is like a signal in wrestling, like "Are you okay?" kind of thing, right? So he crawls right over to Mox and touches his hand, and then nothing after that seemed like Mox was even.
But can I ask, the finish, right? Did that officially knock him out after that?
I don't think it did. But like. He got dropped on his head 2 more times.
That's what I'm
saying.
Match that's what I mean.
Needed to. Anyway, so Stevie pointed all that out, and then he talked about how when Undertaker got concussed at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar, Vince McMahon actually left in the fucking ambulance to go with Taker to make sure he was okay. Right. So then he was like, so how did Tony Khan react to this? And so basically, like the very next segment off air, Tony Khan was doing was coming out with Daniel Garcia and doing his fucking sexy dance on the fucking ramp. And Stevie pauses it, turns to the camera, and he's like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, bro.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, but when Stevie Richards is cussing you out, you fucked up. There is no other explanation. If Stevie's cussing you out, you did something stupid.
That's fucking funny shit, man. So this idiot named Tony Khan essentially is trying to quieten everybody on the net, right? I mean, have you seen the Twitter account called AEW Botches?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people tweet out that it's been shut down. Yeah.
Shut down, bro. Thanks to whom? But everybody's favorite motherfucker in Don Stevens. I mean, come on, man. Like, are you kidding me? You're going to do that to people? First of all, you lied about your fucking 71,000, whatever the fuck, right? 81,000. You're in denial about fucking not being a boss for your own fucking wrestlers and your own company. You run away from any sort of criticism. You avoid fucking questions, the hard questions, the tough questions that you never fucking answer, but you thank them for asking. Get fucked, Tony. Seriously.
Yeah. Hey, Tony, what happened with CM Punk? Well, thank you for asking that. I appreciate you asking that question. It's an important question for you to ask, and I'm really thankful that you did ask me that question. But I feel like we're doing a great job, and we're having a good run of shows here where we're having great pay-per-views back to back to back. Yeah. I asked about CM Punk, you fucking numpty.
Yeah, he's a fucking goose, man. Straight up, a goose that can't fucking handle the hot question. Man,
he's a
I was telling
goose.
you. Yeah. I was telling you off the air about what D was doing, looking up, the profile of TK.
You told me all about what D was doing off air.
Yeah. You're lucky she's not in the room right now. Otherwise, we'd both be dead. But in all seriousness, I was telling you about how she looked up, she was trying to profile TK, right? And she came to the conclusion, apparently, by the looks of the way he looks around, his eyes darting everywhere. Not only is he on drugs, but he's more than likely stressed out, right? Clearly. And he could be a friggin' mass murderer for, guys like him turn out to be mass murderers. And I wonder why, because isn't all those fucking high school shooters, those cocksuckers, pretty much all like, they can't get girls, they can't get friends. They're that type. I mean, TK so fits that mold.
Yeah, no, you're right. And actually a lot of like sociopaths, by the way, or psychopaths, whatever.
Sociopaths, yes.
There's not a lot of difference in between the two things. I mean, not functionally anyway. They both operate pretty close to one another. But sociopaths only make up about 3% of the population at any point in time, right? So that's not a huge percentage of the population. It's actually very low. And the reason why it's low is because sociopaths actually tend not to reproduce at as high a rate as other people. Basically because people, get to know them and they're like, fuck, I don't want to have any kids with this fucking person, right? So they're not successful unless they're in very specific situations. So they're not successful if they live in, say, a small town and they have to do business with people. Because what happens is everybody in town learns who they are and avoids them, right?
Right, absolutely.
So sociopaths do really well in one of two situations, okay? Either they are the sons of billionaires and basically just get carried through life, or they can do business in a large enough area where they can go from audience to audience to audience to audience to audience, never having to repeat the audience that they're playing in front of, right? Sociopaths also tend to work longer hours than other people because they just don't have anything that makes them happy other than quote-unquote success, which can be a lot of hours. And I mean, he just gave an interview that said that he's basically working 80 hours a week to do the shows. So,
and he also mentioned that he hadn't slept for like 2 to 3 days also.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder what he's using to stay up.
Yeah, I'm guessing la cocaína.
La cocaína.
Yeah,
100% Colombian, man.
Lisbeth made a really good point here about sociopaths. They're way scarier when they can learn to mask and emulate emotions. So far, thankfully,
Emulate,
TK hasn't
right.
figured that out. But yeah, no, she's right. The really, really successful sociopaths are generally ones that people don't know they're sociopaths. And listen, you can actually be a sociopath and still be a good person. It's just that sociopath has to believe that it's in their best interest to be a good person. That
That's a
can happen.
narcissistic person now.
That too, yeah. I mean, narcissism. Like, there's sort of there's really a
Similar.
dark tetrad of
Right.
psychological traits that they're both involved in. But yeah.
Well, basically, the only person you tried to censor the guy that was censoring everybody else in our very own Stevie Richards, or actually Stephen Richards. So hence why I've got the right to censor music in the background, because UTK will be censored. No more, you socio freak, whatever you want to fucking call it. Go and fucking get some sleep, for crying out loud. Anyway, how annoying is that theme? Just quietly.
It's really bad.
That's fucking bad.
Please,
I'm not gonna lie.
stop it.
I am. That is pretty bad. Jesus Christ. Talk about heat. That was heat, man. Anyway, before we move on to Rampage, I just want to point out all the superstars that did get released. So we got Dolph Ziggler gone, Mustafa Ali gone. You surprised with that one, actually? Wasn't he number one contender for the North American Championship?
I'm surprised at the timing, but I think that they wanted to make some cuts. We've heard that stockholders weren't super happy with the price that they're getting on Raw, which is
right.
I mean, man, does that ever show you how fucked up the stock market can be, right? Like, somebody can make money, right? It is a noticeable increase in money over their last contract, and yet it's not as much as we thought it was going to be. Therefore, we're going to react as if we lost money, even though we made money. That's a very strange thing that happens in stock markets.
Yeah, I think that has to do with the merger, though, more so than anything, though.
Yeah, there's that too, but that is the thing that I've heard has upset stockholders more
I
than
don't
anything else.
blame them, though, in some ways. Also, I mean, yeah, like I just don't understand. Again, it comes back to Vince and his petty fucking bullshit, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't think that has much to do with the stock price. I think that the stock price took a hit mainly because stockholders were expecting. Yeah. I don't think the merger even is a big part of it. I think that the biggest part of it is the announcement of, if they would have announced that they were getting the number they were expecting for a renewal, I think that the stockholders would have been happier.
Look, the WB shares went way down once the TKO group got fucking together, man. You know, we went from $103, I think, to like, I think $30 possibly. Actually, Liz, you're the Javi Ochia says, I thought that was your kangaroo alarm, Jimmy. Maybe it is. Liz, you're the money girl here. Actually, I was going to call you the money mark, but you know. Can you tell us, do you think the stock, the WB stocks or TKO stocks, I mean, did the WB stocks go way down because of the merger with TKO and whatnot? Or, with Endeavor? Or is it got to do with the TV deals? Who the fuck knows? Let us know in the chat if you can, Liz. That'd be great.
Also, if you can highlight her last comment.
Yep.
So Liz here is just sort
Machiavellianism?
of continuing on Machiavellianism, narcissism and psychopathy, which are the dark triad. The newest data that's out there right now is actually suggesting that there's something called the dark tetrad.
What the hell is that?
So tetrad just means four, but it's those three things: Machiavellianism, narcissism,
I know what that is.
psychopathy, and sadism, which is the other thing that which is where you sort of derive pleasure from the pain of other people. But yeah,
there's a lot of those people too, man.
It's really fucked up. Like there really are people out there who like have broken brains in like an evil way.
No, you're right, man. People are fucked, dude. Humans are fucked. Let's be honest, man. But anyway, Not all people though. Not us in our chat, obviously.
No, yeah,
We're
our
the
chat's
best, you know
wonderful.
what
Everybody there is
Absolutely.
great. Not a single one of them is a sociopath. I mean, Media M5 maybe, but
I mean? Shout out to all my crab cats out there and
just
the
kidding,
bear
Mike.
cats.
Just kidding, Mike. We love you.
He was. I know he might be listening though, Chris. So careful. But
No, I'm
but
saying,
anyway,
I'm joking. Mike knows.
I know that, bro. Please, he is a sociopath. Fuck, what are you talking about? Anyway, where was I? Here we go. We're talking about Mustafa Ali. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really surprised. He wanted to go a long time ago, to be fair, man. So
Yeah.
he gets his wish. But if you saw his vignette, dude, for the upcoming fucking match he had, it was fucking great, dude. No shit. I don't know.
He's a
Did you
good wrestler. There's nothing wrong with him in the ring. He's actually pretty good. You could probably point to there was a really good finish between him and Randy Orton a while back. If
Right.
you've seen the clips, it was a really, really interesting finish. But I don't know. I've heard him talk, and he comes across as like way too full of himself, a person who really thinks that he's worth like a lot more than
You
he's
think
worth.
so?
Yeah.
So you're calling him a narcissistic sociopath?
He seems a little narcissistic. But hey, we'll see what happens. Hey, I mean, I could be entirely wrong on that. It's just a vibe I get from him, and all of these guys, all of these guys and girls, I hope that they move on and they have success in whatever's next for them. The only one who I'm really interested to see what happens with them, honestly, the only one I'm really interested to see what happens with is Dolph, and only because I think he can still have some incredible matches. If people want to milk good matches out of Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph is 100%. I mean, you could bet a house right now. He's 100% on his way to AEW. It's no secret, man. Especially he wants to be with his brother. So, you know what I mean? But I just wanted to show everyone something because there's rumors going around that Ali got fired because of this vignette. I don't understand how that makes sense. This is what the Dirts were reporting, which is silly because WWE would have been all right with it, clearly. But once it uploads in a minute to StreamYard, you'll understand what I'm saying. It is one of the best vignettes I have seen Ali do. I kid you not.
Aired?
It's right up. Yeah, apparently it did. I assume it did.
Well, the WWE they can't very well fire a guy for a post for a promo that they produced and released. That would be.
That's what I mean. But the Dirts were fucking. Everyone was pointing that out, saying, "This is apparently the video." But check this out, guys. I think you will enjoy.
By the way, sorry. Before you,
Ladies and gentlemen, no.
Say that again. Jesus.
Before you go into it, just before we play it, Ali asked for his release.
Yeah, over a year ago.
So no, they didn't release him because of this promo. But go ahead. Let's see what the wrestling journalist community believes was the reason for Ali getting released.
Well, check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, no. The people of North America deserve better. They deserve someone who is a champion both inside and outside of the ring. I am the North American champion that we need. I will elevate the North American Championship to unparalleled heights, all while inspiring millions across the continent that they too can do incredible things the right way. So I look to you. I ask you to open your ears, raise your heads, realize that the time for a new North American champion is now. You will rise. You will reach out. You will take my hand and believe in a greater North American champion. Believe that in Ali you can trust.
How fucking good was that, dude?
Well, not great, to be honest with you. It was
Well,
well
I liked
produced.
it. I
It was
actually
well
liked
produced,
it.
but I mean, okay, let's try to think of it in kayfabe, right? He's saying that it's time for you, the WWE universe, to have a. They don't have anything to do with it. You have to win it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
They're not awarding you the NXT championship. Why are you saying that? The verbiage just doesn't make any sense. Did he
I
do a
actually
good
didn't
job?
notice that part, but I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
Did he do a good job? Yes. I mean, sometimes you got to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, right? And was the production value high? Yes, that was a good vignette in those senses. But like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah. Well, you know what vibes I got? Sort of Muhammad Hassan vibes a little bit.
Yeah.
And Liz says about the question earlier, she said, I'd wager the stock price is really based on the TV rights. The investment community has expectations that may not be viable. Honestly, stock price isn't a true indicator of a company's value. Well, yeah. Well, see, I'm confused then. If that's not the case about its true value, then why, like, the rise and the lows? I mean, see, I'm not really that switched on
By
when
the way,
it comes
I
to
said
this
all
shit.
of that. I said all of that already.
You did say that. That's true. That's hence why I'm highlighting the fucking response. Jeez, that took me a while to say that. Fucking hell. Anyway, I did like the vignette, but yeah, it is what it is. Todd says, no lie, I hate Don Stevens more than Dana Brooke. Yep, I said it.
Way more. Way more.
Whoa.
Dana Brooke is a terrible professional wrestler. Like she's objectively really bad at wrestling. But she has never come across like she's an asshole. Like
No,
she's always
definitely
come
not.
across as somebody who's just working hard to try to get better, and she's obviously not a selfish person. She's willing to take loss after loss after loss for the betterment of the show. You know, Dana Brooke has never come across as a bad person. Don Stevens is an actually bad human being.
Yeah, Don Stevens, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, he's legitimately, he's a piece of shit, man. And I mean, what do you do? You know what I mean? But speaking of Dana Brooke, there's another one that's got in the flick, unfortunately. Well, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Also, what other significant ones were there, man? I lost the list suddenly because I was looking at that, but I'll get it back up.
We said Riddle already.
Oh yeah, we spoke about
Top
Riddle.
Dollar.
Oh yes, Top Dollar. Oh, have you seen the memes going around? Speaking of Top Dollar,
Yeah,
about him going AEW. They're gonna call him Low Dollar or some shit like that.
I need a dollar.
Oh yeah, I need a dollar.
I
or some
need
shit
a
like that.
dollar.
And did you
That's
see
what
his
I
picture, dude?
need. Hey,
Yeah,
hey.
baby. Oh, is it baby or hey hey?
It's hey, hey.
It probably is hey hey.
It's hey, hey. I know, because I used to sing that song all the time. I actually used to sing it when I was working at the group home because kids would always be like, "Man, can I borrow a dollar?" And then I'd play it, and then they'd be like, "Fuck you, man."
Borrow a dollar for what?
And then I'd be like, "Get a job, little urchins."
Get a job, damn it. He needs some clothes, apparently. Yeah, he does. You mean botch dollar? Yes, that dollar. Anyway, back to the fucking releases. Next we got Boogs. I'm kind of surprised, but not really at the same time that he's gone.
Right. Yeah, Boogs and who was the other guy that was Moss? Boogs and Moss.
Oh, Roddick Moss and his girlfriend as well in Emma, which is a shame because let's be honest, since they brought her back, they done nothing, bro, with her.
Wait a minute. You mean to
What?
tell me that the WWE released the Australian version of Bret Hart again?
Whose phone's that ringing? Is that your phone?
Yeah, it's my girlfriend's phone. I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was my phone because it's over there. But anyway, no, look, man. She's not the Bret Hart, the Australia's version of Bret Hart, obviously. But she's very underrated as a wrestler, dude. Believe me when I tell you that, man. People forget.
I like Emma. I like Emma. Like, straight up,
She's
I like
good in
Emma.
the
I
ring,
think
dude.
good.
She's
Yeah.
fucking good. Believe me, right? But when they rehired her, I saw
They've
her in
done
one match.
nothing. Yeah, they've
One
done
match.
nothing with her.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Josh. That'll be announced in Elimination Chamber in Australia. Go figure. That's right. At Perth Stadium or Optus Stadium. in Perth. I think I'm going to go there, Chris. It's going to be a 5-hour flight, 4-hour, 5-hour flight. Pretty
You're
long.
gonna head down the road.
Dude, it's Elimination Chamber, bro. Like, down the road. I was thinking of driving, you know that? Then I was looking up on the net if I was to drive. It's a 36-hour drive.
Oh,
One way. I'm talking about 36-hour drive without stopping, bro.
that's
Right? And
brutal.
I live on the East Coast, right? So picture this. Where Perth is situated, which is on the West Coast, is literally on the opposite side of the country from where I am, legitly. Like, from east to west, completely on both ends, bro. So 36 hours, I'm like, yeah, fuck that. Probably can't do it. You'd probably have to stop. You know what I mean? It's going to take probably about 3 days, realistically.
No.
So, yeah, there goes that idea. So, I think I'm going to plane it. The only thing is, if we catch planes, me and D, that is, I can see they're going to bump up the fucking prices. You know what I mean? Right now, it's $200 to get there. And even you can find it a little under. But if it goes to $400-500, man, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, what? What? Yeah, we'll give it a red hot go, though. I really want to go, man, because I think it will be a great elimination chamber here, man, for sure. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know why Perth, but Perth, they bidded for it. They won the rights to it. It's going to be a big show, no doubt, man. But yeah, thank you for pointing that out, Josh. I actually forgot about it for the time being because of all these damn releases, damn it. So yeah, Emma gone. Another surprise, though, Chris, is Shelton Benjamin.
Not really a surprise. They haven't been using
For
him
me,
for
it
anything.
is. Right, but he's always had, like, a job, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
When-
I don't know.
I mean, when you think about it, you can get rid of heaps of people still on that roster that don't do shit.
Yes, they can, and they should probably. Like this should be literally 50% of the releases that they have for this company, and the rest of them could probably come from the women's division. I'm sorry, I know, I'm terrible, but
No,
really,
you're right. Especially on the NXT side of things, there's way too many women there.
there's so many women in NXT, and there's maybe 8 of them that are like really worth something. But I mean, like the 8 that I'm talking about are really fucking worth something, dude. Like,
Absolutely.
like that's Tiffany Stratton chick. She's money.
Tiffy?
What the
Tiff?
fuck is that? What the fuck is that young kid's name who's like 19 in the Chase U?
Oh, the chick you talking about?
Yeah, the blonde. the
She's a
little
Greek
blonde
chick,
girl.
bro. I didn't know that until 2 days ago. Funny enough.
Okay.
I went on
Whatever
her
her
Twitter,
name is,
and she's got
she's
the Greek flag there.
fantastic.
Yeah, she is fantastic, and again, she's a Greek chick. So yeah, Thea
Yeah.
Hale, that's it.
Yeah, hell, yeah.
You know-
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's really good, man, for sure. Lucky she didn't get released or Chase, to be honest. But anyway, also another significant one is Ezekiel, aka formerly Elias. I mean, I guess WWE does not stand for Walk with Elias because clearly WWE didn't walk with Elias, and Elias is walking all on his own.
Well, you're never alone when you have Christ, Jimmy.
Yeah, that's true. He's born again or some shit's going on with him, but yeah.
I don't know, but he's fucking annoying.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Aaliyah, who doesn't surprise anybody, also got released. And I guess we've named our significant ones. There is more, but they're more on the, what do you call it, NXT side of things. Like, I was surprised Quincy got released in a way, because I thought he was kind of over, even though his gimmick was really gay.
I don't know who
guess.
you're talking about.
Quincy Elliott, you don't know who that is?
Nope.
He's a big, sort of fat black dude. He's pretty fat, actually. What am I saying, sort of? Who's kind of like a real gayish Velveteen Dream. He's fat. Like, he plays gay, though. Like, for real. Like he's like, yo, girlfriend. He's, what was it? What was his nickname? The something diva, the baddest diva.
He was the one that dressed up like a banana.
I don't know if he dressed up like a banana. I didn't see that, D, but thanks.
Sorry.
That's all right. Anyway, whatever.
No, Todd, bad take.
No, no way they would get. Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. There's no
Bad
way they would have
take.
gotten rid of him.
Baron
No
Corbin
chance.
is
No
one of their best guys for bringing somebody up and giving them their first feud, because he's one of these guys who, if he wins, you're not shocked. If he loses, you're not shocked. He can win it, he can lose it, But
And you
he's
know
gonna
what?
have
He's
a
not a bad
safe
worker
match with
either.
anybody. Yeah, he's gonna have a
Right.
safe match with fucking anybody. Baron Corbin is a really, really valuable guy, especially considering that they don't pay him fuck all. He's not making $1 million a year.
Nah, but
They're
he'd be on a
paying him
few hundred
appropriately.
thousand though.
Yeah, but they're paying him appropriately for what they're having him do. He's a valuable asset for sure.
I agree with you. Thank you, Liz. The quintessential diva in Quincy Elliott. That's what his name is. Anyway, that like I said, there's more, but they're on the NXT things, and we can be here all day talking about it. So we need to move on to a Rampage, and I'm pissed off. Another thing I'm going to say, I don't know whose fault it is. I don't know if it's TK's. I don't know if it's Fight TV's. Maybe I should have just watched it on my cable provider, but I don't like the commercials. But man, I got told. Do you remember when I first spoke to you about joining me here?
Yeah.
And I said, you asked me what time's Rampage on, and I said 3 hours from now.
Yep.
Well, that's what time it started for me, bro. I don't know fucking why. So when I jumped in, right, and you said, nah, we're an hour into it already. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? It's starting now. And then I go in, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I lost it. So basically, I missed a whole hour of Rampage, right? I don't know what the fuck I missed. Did I miss anything significant, really, Chris?
I mean, we can go through the matches or whatever. Do you have the match list up? Or?
I do. Thank God. See, I already missed a fucking significant match. And it starts with Sting and Darby Allin defeating Luchasaurus and Christian Cage. Now, that's a shame, but Sting doesn't lose in AEW, so that's no surprise.
Can't lose in
lose.
AEW.
Won't lose.
And yeah, they lost because of a distraction, right? It was Nick Wayne giving a distraction to Christian, which allowed for the sort of roll up victory for Darby Allin.
Up, of course.
It's the most devastating move in pro wrestling history, Jimmy. More matches have been won with a roll up than any other move.
It's true.
It's fine.
It is what it is. But the match good?
It was fine. I mean, Christian is great. He's gonna get something out of basically everybody. Sting is there to just throw his arms around and have people run into them,
and woo!
That's pretty much what he's there for.
It's showtime, folks.
Yeah, the match was fine. I don't have a lot else to say about it. Christian's great. Luchasaurus continues to, I guess, improve, although it's pretty slow. Sting is what Sting is, and Darby Allin is a fucking crazy person who wants to kill himself. I don't know.
Midlife crisis, my friend. And the Comic King's got an excuse, by the way, Chris.
Yeah. You know what?
No
I'm
excuses,
accepting.
Todd.
No, I'm going to accept
why?
it. I'm going to accept it. I'm going to accept the excuse. Yeah.
I don't accept it, Todd. I don't. I'm joking. I don't care. But no, look, man, that's your opinion at the end of the day. Stick by it, man. Don't worry what we say. You know what I mean? Just because we think one way, it doesn't mean you have to. You know
100%.
what I mean?
And he redeems himself with his next comment, because the next comment really is hilarious. It should have been Nick Wayne's mom distracting Christian. Yes. That would have been fucking awesome.
Wait, was she there?
No, but that would have been hilarious if Nick Wayne's mom would have been like, yoo-hoo, and then Christian would have been like, hey, before the roll-up. That would have been great.
See, it takes little brains to come up with something like that. Yeah, Don Stevens can't come up with shit.
Don Stevens and Tony Khan and none of them are any
None
good.
of them.
Lab Rat's last comment too, pretty funny.
Oh, where is it?
Can AEW wrestlers learn how to move around a ramp,
there we go.
ring without hurting themselves? No.
No, yeah. No, pal.
No.
I mean, come on, it's think about it. It all started with Cody Rhodes when he went face first into that stupid ramp. You know, the ramp that they had like equal with the ring, like old school NWA shit.
Yeah.
Like that was bad. So yeah, it's been a thing in AEW. And yes, 2-hour Rampage shakes my head. I know, Harvey. I know, thank God I only watched the first hour. I mean, I'm just telling you how it is. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I didn't. But anyway, next, apparently, Chris, it was Hook and Orange Cassidy and Chris Statlander defeating Anna JJ, Daddy Magic, and Angelo Parker. I'm sure this put butts in seats, Chris.
This was an absolute fucking mess. It was just
really
bodies everywhere, stuff happening. It was, like my old take from like when we first started. Everyone was everywhere doing everything. Like that was just
Oh.
it was one of those
So
where it
get
was
your
just
shit in everywhere, no matter
it
where
was
you
just to
are.
get your shit in triple threat with multiple fucking layers to it. And every time a woman tags in, the other woman has to come in, and if the woman tags out into a man, then the man has to come in. And
Oh,
basically,
God.
what we're saying is men can't fight women except for Nyla Rose.
Wait, was Nyla Rose in the match?
No, but
Oh, I was going
you
to
know,
say. Well, thank God I missed that match. But then next we had a new episode of QTV. QTV covers QT Marshall's recent title defenses in Mexico. QT sends a text to Johnny TV looking for a tag team partner for next week as Johnny and Aaron Solo disagree over which one of them it is. Now, after reading that crap, what was the point of this, Chris? Honestly, I didn't
don't
have to watch
know.
it to know that was bullshit.
It's like maybe they signed. Where is he?
Triple A.
Right. Okay. So maybe they have an
Triple
agreement with Triple
A.
so
Yeah.
that the world's least interesting professional wrestler can have a title run there as long as AEW like puts them on their television once a week or so. I don't have any other excuse for why this was on TV because it was completely useless. And I like Johnny. I'm a big, big, big fan of Johnny. This was dumb.
Just not the TV part, right?
Yeah, no.
Definitely not this version. Yeah, it is fucking weird, bro. They've already ruined QTV. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was reading in the dirts that apparently QT Marshall has signed a short-term deal. Well, an extension sort of thing till early next year, I believe.
Joy.
Yep, happy. I mean, and who gives a shit? He's the Latin Megatron fucking triple champion, whatever the fuck, bro. Who
He's
gives a shit?
the AAA overweight champion, just like Eddie for New Japan.
Oh yeah, true, Kingston. That's why it's an open weight belt, Chris.
Never. You mean overweight?
Well, yeah, overweight, but the never. You're confusing me. The never open weight bullshit, whatever that it stands for, open weight basically. But yes, he's the overweight champion.
Overweight champion. Yeah.
Overweight champion, the fat cunt champ of the world. Anyway, next we see Don Callis and Takeshita enter the ring to be interviewed by Tony Schiavone. Callis introduces Sammy Guevara as the newest member of the Don Callis family. Why? I have no idea. Oh, well, I know why, but it still doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, Sammy comes out wearing new clothes and hugs Don. Sammy has a hot wife and a fat paycheck, or is it a fat wife and a small paycheck? I don't know, but something along those lines. And he's done chasing the adoration of the fans. I didn't know the fans gave a shit, to be honest, Chris. But anyway.
They didn't, and they didn't react to this either. I mean, he was clearly expecting boos, and people's boos to this segment were not boos of, "Oh, we like hating you. Isn't it fun hating you?" Or like, "Oh, we hate this guy." It was boos of, "Boo! Get the fuck out of the ring and do something else." It was that kind of heat.
God damn it. Again, thank God I didn't watch this. Anyway, he goes on to say Jericho is dead to him and he hopes to never see him again. Jericho then runs. Was it really? I gotta see this. I gotta check this out in a way. I'm kind of intrigued. Jericho then runs down to the ring and gets some shots at Guevara and Takeshita before Don strikes him from behind. Just as Jericho is about to kill Don, Takeshita comes in with a chair and smashes Jericho with it. Sammy then takes the chair from Takeshita and also blasts Chris with it. Jesus Christ. Callis then gets some punches in too on Chris. He's about to plunge the screwdriver into Jericho's skull when Kenny Omega, of all people, runs out for the save with a steel pipe. The heels all run away ASAP. Jericho and Omega bump into each other and square up. They stare at each other for a bit before Omega leaves the damn ring. Okay, my take from this, first of all, was everyone just running around like a headless fucking chickens again, bro?
Yeah, basically.
Because it kind of feels that way.
Like I said, the crowd wanted these guys to get the fuck out of the ring. I mean, Jericho coming down didn't help anything, and then, here comes Kenny Omega because there's a Japanese person in the ring, so Kenny's got to be part of this. I don't know. Fuck.
Well, first of all, he is kind of linked to the storyline.
No, I know that he is, but it's like,
Right.
honestly, it's boring. This whole thing has really devalued Kenny Omega, and I never thought he was as valuable as everybody else did, but this whole thing has really devalued him. He's no longer a main eventer in AEW.
Yeah, fucking hell. Weird. Harvey says the last couple of episodes, and I know what he's talking about. He's talking about wrestlers.
Yeah.
They actually got me to care about those people, unlike AEW. Funny enough, I watched it too, Chris, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Right? I told
It was
you.
actually pretty good.
You gotta watch
was
that
good.
fucking show. So good.
Except I feel sorry for fucking your cash flow motherfuckers. I know the dream's still alive and well. But dude, you're older than fucking us. And even I know if I wanted to be a pro wrestler, the dream is done.
Yep.
All right? For myself. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. But I appreciate his eagerness. But unfortunately, it is what it is. DJ Lingo says, Kenny Hack Omega. Well, Lingo, thanks for joining us. Hey, I'm a DJ too, bro. So, shout outs to the DJ Lingo. Or is that Dingo?
Hey, I was just gonna say you're from Australia. You should
I
be
don't know.
DJ Lingo and DJ Dingo.
Yeah, Dirty Dango right here, bro. Jesus. Are we getting a mega Joker team? Of course we are, Josh. It's you know what they're going to be called? The Winnipeg Connection, bro.
Yeah.
Mark my words. Like the Can-Am Connection, you know what I mean? We're going to get the Winnipeg Connection. Don't be surprised if it's something along those lines.
I apologize for and on behalf of Winnipeg.
Well, I don't. Cheers, he says. No worries, Lingo. Just thank you for joining us, bro. You should check us out every week. We're pretty much not only here, man, but also check us out on the PWC network. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, Todd also says, speaking of great, I'm going to finish watching the Kurt Angle documentary after this. I haven't even watched it yet. I might check it out too, but I don't know about tonight. Anyway, let's move on, shall we, Chris? Because next week, well, we see Omega being interviewed backstage, and he's confronted by Jericho once again. They make it clear that they are not friends. They are only united on the same side in order to take out Don Callis. Jericho says Guevara is a true Judas, and he proposes a tag team match at Wrestle Dream, and it will be Jericho Omega versus and Kota Ibushi versus Takeshi Guevara and someone else at the pay-per-view. Whoopity whoop whoop whoop. So what are we going to get? The golden fucking piss lovers or some shit?
I'm starting to really wonder if Kenny doesn't have something major going on. Like,
what do you mean?
So, how many pay-per-views in a row?
Injury-wise?
How many pay-per-views in a row is this going to wind up being that he's in multi-man matches?
True, but look, man, I wouldn't read too much into it. I think he just he doesn't want to overdo himself in the singles match because he looks like he still moves well, dude.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying?
it's just a really weird. To me, it's a really weird choice with him because there is something there. Like I've never seen the main event, guy who could do a WrestleMania run or whatever. I've never seen that in him, but he certainly has good matches. There's value to get out of him, but
I agree.
I don't think they're getting the value out of him that they should.
Yeah, it's strange. I'm not gonna lie. It could be just nerves, maybe. Trying to sort of, even though he still wrestles a pretty reckless style, even in tag matches, though, dude. When you think about it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. But look, man, I miss some Kenny fucking singles matches. Don't shit on me, chat. Yes, I am a Kenny mark, believe it or not. Have been for years. But we've got another new viewer here. Adam Page is a Fruity Loop by Revamped Wrestling 2K. Yes, he is. We agree with you, Revamped.
Big facts.
Facts. Not only a Fruity Loop, but a butterfly one at that too, bro. It is what it is. Yeah, look, you might be onto something, Chris. I need to pay more attention to his matches up, coming up. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, next is the Righteous defeating the Hardys and the Kingdom and Best Friends. Now, this is when I tuned in right after this match, just quietly. To earn a Ring of Honor Tag Team title match at Wrestle Dream. Why? I couldn't care less about the Righteous. And speaking of losers, the Hardys have just become big-time losers, bro.
What else are you going to do with them? They are enhancement talent at this point. And that happens. If you stay in wrestling for too long, sometimes you're going to wind up coming all the way back around and being enhancement talent. That's what he is.
Yeah. Poor guy. Not. Yeah, look, it is what it is. What do you do? Poor guys, not poor guy. Oh, thank you, bro. New subscriber to your channel recommended by Mr. Yalla. Oh, really? Thank you. And thank you to Bin, as a matter of fact. Thanks for the direction to us. I mean, yeah, man. Yalla to the Ayatollah who's going on a holiday actually now. So I don't know who's going to be uploading our shows, Chris, to channelattitude.com. I assume that could be Ray or Vince. Russo, that is. Whoever it is, the boss man's going away for a little while. And a well-deserved break, mind you. He's been putting out show after show after show, dude.
Yes. Tony Khan, by the way, listen, here's Ben Hamin working his ass off, putting in tons and tons of hours, but he knows that he needs the occasional break because Ben Hamin is not a fucking idiot.
Yeah, not at all, man. Far from it. Unlike TK, fucking idiot. I mean, he goes on holidays to work still. I'm talking about TK.
Yep.
But anyway, what do you do? But thank you once again, Revamp, man. We appreciate the like and subscribe. And please, get the word out, man. It will really help us out. Josh says in the chat, will Cole be able to compete in the title match on the next pay-per-view? Are you talking about the tag team titles, Josh? If so, I assume he can. But are we getting a Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match? I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know the extent of what exactly Adam Cole did to himself last week. He definitely hurt his foot. I don't know if it was a major injury.
Oh, I saw that, man.
But I have heard. Now, again, everything that I've heard, by the way, when I say I've heard something, guys, if you're listening to me and I say, oh, I've heard something, I don't mean I heard it from somebody backstage. I mean, I saw it on fucking Twitter, just like every other person involved in wrestling journalism, except I will actually tell you that I do not have backstage knowledge of anything. But I have heard that Adam Cole left with a fucking with crutches. So
I've seen that too. Even though we noticed it on Dynamite, I remember pointing that out. I think he's injured. I mean, what the fuck is wrong? I don't know if this company is cursed straight up, but I mean, there's a few dudes that have been getting injured just walking to the damn ring, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Yep. And hey,
what's wrong with these guys?
Hey, we released CM Punk, but don't worry because we're going to be hitting on all cylinders. Oh, Bryan Danielson can't really wrestle a full match because his shoulder is still basically separated. Oh, John Moxley suffered a concussion. He's probably going to need some time off. Oh, Adam Cole probably twisted his ankle, probably rolled his ankle and won't be able to wrestle for a month. Yep.
Well, when you're a twig, that's what happens. And that is a great comment, Todd. It's the Punk effect, for sure, no doubt about it. But he also says, speaking of vacations, any chance Moxley finally goes on that long-awaited vacation he's wanted? Well,
please.
You know what, Todd? He's got no choice now. He's going to have to take a couple of weeks off at the very least since he's concussed. So there you have it. Labrat says if they learn to walk, they might be great wrestlers. I mean, that's a good point, Labrat. That is a good point. They need to learn how to walk properly, Chris. Maybe they've all got poles up their asses, man, and that's why.
They also need to hit the gym, hit the weights a little bit.
And drink some milk, man. Get your bones strong, man, instead of fucking, busting shit like a twig.
Yep.
I mean, seriously. Calcium, boys. Calcium, for crying out loud. God damn it. Anyway.
Cheeseburger, and then work it off in the gym, right?
That's it. Absolutely. Well, anyway.
You have to intake calories in order to grow a little bit. That's the thing I think a lot of people now don't understand. You need calories in order to get growth. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking like Eddie Kingston, and it's not, that's not great.
That's true. Revamp Wrestling 2K says avoid tap water. Yeah, too much fluoride in that shit. Todd says people getting hurt numbers are down. Jay Cargill left for WWE, but Punk was the problem, right? Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
Clearly he was.
He's a cancer.
Look, man, he's old. You know what I mean? And he works with children, all right?
Yeah.
Medium 5 says Mox should take a vacation, maybe learn not to come to the ring buzzed off of rehab medication before wrestling. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, man. If he needed a buzz to work for AEW, to be honest, I don't blame him, just quietly. But anyway, it is what it is.
right.
Next, we see Mike Santana, and he says he has survived way too much to just piss it all away, apparently, Chris. Everyone is food. You get in the way of his money, and he'll take you out. So, is that why he's put on weight? Because he's eating everybody?
Apparently, I don't know. He looks all right, though. Like, for the match, he
His
come out.
face? Yeah,
Look
look,
alright.
is it just me, or is his chest a little too... Could build it up a little better, you know what I'm saying?
He's got to get better if he's going to be like a serious star in wrestling, which I know he has, plans for. But I don't know. Welcome to AEW.
Yeah.
John. Eddie Kingston is a world champion.
Anyway, excuse me. Next, we have a trios matchup. It is Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed defeating the Dark Order. I hated this match. This sucked.
Yep. It was really, really hard to give a shit about, especially knowing that we're going to main event with a 6-man titles match again. So it's just every match has a belt attached to it. Everybody's got a belt. It's AEW is the Oprah Winfrey of professional wrestling. You get a belt, and you get a belt, and you get a belt. Everybody gets a belt. Yay!
Yay! Woo! Sting! Anyway, everybody gets a belt, but not us, unfortunately. Boo. Anyway,
I bet you we could get. I bet you we could get belts. I bet you we could.
We could? Well,
I bet you we could.
Labrat thinks Top Dollar is going to take the belts away from Eddie. Oh, that'd be great. You know what? I want Top Dollar to actually come to AEW and pair him up with fucking, with Swerve. Hit Row in AEW, except they're going to call it Skid Row, apparently.
Skid Row. Cool. Nothing.
Yeah, Skid Row.
Hey, nothing like reminding people of what your underwear looks like after a really bad weekend.
I've only had a laughing fucking... Because we're using the HMG StreamYard. Unfortunately, I don't have my shit here. But anyway, it is what it is. Josh says everybody gets a belt. Oh, of course, everybody. Everybody. And Medium 5 said too bad, like Oprah, wrestlers aren't abducted and put into wardrobes and sent overseas. Jesus, man.
Highlight
That's
Todd's last comment because that's actually relevant to the fucking spot here. Dark Order hasn't been relevant since Brody Lee passed away. Harsh to say, but it's the truth. Yep.
That's true, man. It's harsh. Yep. You know what? I dare say... I'll go, sorry, Chris.
Tony Khan doesn't know how to end stories. That's like a big problem that he has. He doesn't know how to
start stories even.
Doesn't know how to start a story. Doesn't know how to do a middle of a story. It's really just not good at the whole storytelling thing. But
serious question though. If he doesn't know how to start one, end one, or even be in the middle of one, I mean, what's the story look like for him?
Really, at this point, we should have seen the Dark Order basically break up. Because of Brody Lee being a part of it, they don't need to break up in some kind of violent and vicious and terrible way. They can all just shake hands and say, listen, we've gotten as far as we can together. We've all got to go walk out on our own now, and we've got to figure out who we are as individuals, whatever. They can do something even interesting to break it up, but break it up.
Yeah, and like Liz says, all he knows is wrestling matches and bro hugs. But unfortunately, lucky for you, Liz, he's afraid of women. Have you noticed that? He's not sure to get in their space to hug them or give them a kiss on the cheek. Like, that's how fucking awkward he is, dude. Like, he doesn't know, like girls, I mean, must, like, seriously give that vibe. Like, don't touch me. Just don't touch me. Yep. Stay the fuck away from me. There we go. Arm length. Stay there. Don't get any closer than that, man.
Yep.
Ah, man. Todd says, should have left for Impact like Alan Angels. I watched Impact last week, and that 1000 episode was bizarre. And you can check me out on the Impact Attack this past week. Javi, you're disturbing me. You'll hug them for him? Oh, the chicks, I assume. I hope you mean the chicks anyway.
He means the Dark Order. Javi has a real thing for the Dark Order.
Anyway, Yeah, so the acclaiming ass boy, or daddy ass, defeat Dark Order to retain the AEW World Trios titles. Big deal. I DGAF Chris, because next, speaking of DGAF, we've got more DGAFing going on because it's Julia Hart defeating Sky Blue in a weird match. And a weird and shit ass match. But even weirder is her locking in her submission finisher for the win. And I'm talking about Julia Hart. What the hell was that?
Bro, this was hard to get through. This match was like it was over an hour already for this fucking show, right? And at this point it was like it's hard to keep watching this fucking show right now because my god, dude, like you want to talk about one person being unprepared and one person just being absolute shit. They definitely said to Sky Blue, hey, you've been here for a while and you've been at this for a little while. You can carry her through a match. And no, she cannot carry this woman through a match. I have never trained professional wrestling. I've never taken a drop down. I've never hit the ropes. Jimmy, you and I could have went out there and had a wrestling match that was 10 times as good as this. This was nonsense. This was first day wrestling school. This was so fucking bad. God, please don't fucking put these two together again. And I don't get the thing with Julia Hart.
What you're gonna say.
They're trying to heat her back up again, right? Because they had her do the mean stare at Chris Statlander last week, right, from the crowd. I'm gonna get you stare from the crowd. Okay, so they're trying to heat her back up again. They get her a win here on TV. What the fuck is her character, Jimmy?
Julia Hart, you talking about?
Yeah.
She's a dark chick. An emo chick, maybe? A gothic chick, maybe?
Is she, though?
I mean, not really. I mean,
yeah, that's
just by her look. Her look is sort of.
Yep. Okay,
I mean,
you have her come out. You figure out. Okay, what are we gonna do in terms of your character? You figure that all out, and then you figure out how to work a style. Okay, then you figure out what style to work. Okay, if you're a witch, right? If that's what you're basically suggesting you are, which is sort of where they're going with it, right? Is she's a witch because she's part of the House of Black, right?
The House of Casa. Sorry, the Casa of Oscuro.
El Casa de Negro.
Negro, that's it.
Yeah,
Oscuro's dark.
So she's a witch. All right, so we've got to give her a couple of different spots where it can seem like she's casting a spell or she's using some kind of evil witchcraft or whatever, right? When she whispers to Sky Blue, it shouldn't be that Sky Blue fires up. It should be that Sky Blue gets either, entranced or something, right? We have to fucking play with it in terms of the character because she can't fucking work. Like, you want to give me 15-minute wrestling matches, you better be able to fucking work. And this chick is absolute dog shit in the ring. So do something where you lean into the character because don't give me any more 15-minute matches with this fucking woman.
But what about if you're a cosplay witch, like Javi says?
That is really stupid because then why would you be part of the House of Black, which are actually spooky demon Satanists?
Well, two of them are, to be fair. I mean,
and yes, couponer. I mean, like Papa Shango in the WWF. Yes, if you have a woman on your roster who you can't keep her off TV, you just absolutely can't, relegate her to being a manager. She has to get in the ring and wrestle. But she can't fucking wrestle. But she has to fucking wrestle. But she can't fucking wrestle. Then you need to lean into the fucking gimmick.
Right, and as Liz says, blonde cosplay goth girl. If she was going to be goth, she needs to not have a Cali girl blonde hair, unless you're Stevie Nicks. Mm-hmm. Well, is she from Cali, by the way? I'm talking about. I don't think she is.
She looks like a Cali girl.
I know. But is she from the West Coast though? Do you know?
I don't know. I have no idea where that chick is from. She's from Darkville.
From Darkville. Anyway, Todd says should have put a spell on Sky Blue. She passes out and then pins her. I mean, anything. Tell us what she is. I mean, something.
Yep.
I mean, like Medium 5 says, curtains definitely don't match the drapes. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. Fucking weird match, shit match. I was pissed that I was even watching, because it seems like the first half was better than the second half of this shit. Anyway, after the match, Hart reapplies the hold after the match, punishing Sky, as Willow Nightingale then runs down for the save and chases Julia away. Let me ask, who was Julia going after originally?
Chris Statlander. It was after the match with
right.
Jade.
So why was Nightingale coming out?
I
mean,
because
it's just
AEW.
question.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, that's right. True. Whatever. Anyway, next was probably the highlight of the night for me, as we see Bullet Club Gold cutting a promo backstage, hyping up Jay White versus Andrade El Idolo. Did they say that enough times? El Idolo.
Andrade El Idolo.
Yeah. Andrade El Masca. I want my mask. Yeah. Come on, Chris. Do it for us, man. What does he want?
I want my mask. Give me my mask back.
He's like, give me my mask. Yeah. Anyway, 3-time Booker of the Year goes to the Lab Rat. At this point, maybe TK is the Lab Rat. I don't know.
I like Todd. I like Todd's actually. That's good.
What does he say? Go for it.
Give me a reason to not want to check out Sky Blue's ass. You're fucked up.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, that's fucked.
You know what? I forgot about her ass now that he mentioned it.
Yeah, this match was so fucking awkward. There were times, there was at least one spot right at the beginning where she landed like a knee strike, right?
Yeah.
And she was looking around like you knew she really wanted to bounce off the ropes and do something, but she was thinking to herself, this chick doesn't know how to react if I do something off the ropes. Never mind. And so she just walked forward and gave her a fucking suplex. But you could see her head. You could see she was like thinking that exact thing as she's like looking around, and then she's like, fine, just come here. Fucking suplex. It was like, Jesus Christ. This fucking wrestling school shit.
Anyway, whatever. Did I mention Andrade and Jay White on Collision tomorrow night? Because after the Collision,
man.
Chris, what do we do?
We sift through the wreckage Sunday, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time in the morning.
That's right.
Dude, I got to be honest with you. Like, watching this segment just was like, why isn't it Saturday? Like, why isn't it already Saturday and I can watch that? Why can't I watch that match? Why am I watching 2 hours of this fucking program?
And why 2 hours? And don't get me wrong, like I said, I missed the first hour, but from what I gather, the first hour felt like a Dynamite. The second hour was definitely Rampage.
I mean, no, it was 2 hours of Rampage.
Okay, interesting. Well, because that's the thing about this show, what's confusing. I mean, we get quite a few big names, do we not, on the show?
Big names? What do you mean?
Well, when I say big names, I'm talking about AEW standard here, right? I'm talking about your Kennys, your Bucks, your Hangmans, your Jerichos. But there's no real... I don't know, man. There's just something missing about the show. Do you know what I'm saying?
Are those guys big names? I don't...
I said by AEW standards, remember?
Okay. Yeah, I guess. The whole thing just... By the end of the night, the whole thing just felt very indulgent. And we'll get into the main event, but honestly, so disappointed in these fucking guys. They're just...
AEW as a whole?
AEW as a whole, the elites specifically, Tony Khan for not being able to rein them in. It's just self-indulgent. This is...
Self-indulgent.
This company is nonsense.
Yeah, like I said, man, I was going through our earlier episodes of the Skirmish when we first started doing shit, and I laugh. You know how much better we've actually improved, by the way. We're so different. Now that I think back on it, like compared to now, we're actually pretty green at first. But still funny, don't get me wrong. It was actually quite funny to listen back on. But guess what the common denominator was?
That this company's fucking terrible.
And that was 3 years ago. We'll still, and weren't we fucking excited for AEW initially? I thought we were.
Super excited for AEW initially. They broke me at the moment where they like broke me the first time was when Brian Cage and Darby Allin had a match. No, that was they broke me, dude. You've got a guy who outweighs the other guy by 100 pounds of muscle, and the little skinny fuck kicked out at one every fucking move. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck right off. It's not even good for the fucking face. It wasn't even good for Darby Allin. It would have been better for Darby Allin to sell a bunch and sell like he was almost beaten every time, because sympathy is how you get the fucking babyface over. Anyway, they broke me then. They got me back when Sting first came back, because I was all like, oh, maybe they could use him as like this dark avenging angel character, and he doesn't even need to have wrestling matches really. He can be in the rafters, and we can see him every once in a while when the heels are starting to get really, really bad. And then you can have a moment where the heels are like ganging up on the baby face, and then the lights go out and the lights come back, and there's Sting with the bat, and he fucking runs everybody off. And then you can have like the occasional, maybe once every 6 months, once a year even, you could have a cinematic match with Sting. That's all you ever needed to do with him, and you would have gotten so much more out of him. Instead, the next week it was, hey, Tony Schiavone, how you doing, buddy? I'll give you a fucking noogie, brother. Isn't it great getting a check from this dumb cunt? I mean, Tony, TK, we love you. That was fucking guy, man, whatever. Fucking check, bro. Yeah, cash money, baby.
Imagine that, cash money. Where's that little gun? You know, for all the fucking notes flying up. That's what Sting should have done.
Fuck.
I mean, do you blame him jumping off fucking rooftops and shit? Now he's making a killing, bro.
Fuck.
I'm just saying, he probably is.
Just fuck. What's next?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment. Todd says, and the worst part was they took Cage off TV for months, but then re-signed him to do what? Nonsense. And not only did they re-sign him, but they only re-signed him due to injury from all the time he took off. So that's the only reason why he was re-signed. If you remember, Brian Cage and his wife were talking a lot of shit about the company online, and TK decided to reward him for it. Great boss. Anyway, what's next, you ask, Chris? Well, it's Mike Santana defeating Bronson of the Iron Savages. Yes, Savages, shall I say. Or was it Bear Country? Bear Country from around the country way. I have no idea, but...
The Savage Iron Bear countries. The Savage countries of Iron Bears. The country Savage Iron Bears. The country...
Is he a bear cat?
He's a cat bear.
No. He's not. He's not even a crab cat. But anyway, you know who you crab cats are. I'm pointing to you. Anyway, this sucked. It was just a whatever match, but he basically wins via a cannonball senton in the corner, then puts Bronson away with a power move, Chris.
Yep.
You excited for Mike Santana? I mean, can we drop the Mike part already?
I wasn't until they had the stare down with Ortiz at the ramp, and I thought, that's cool. Maybe they can get something out of these two feuding.
Here we go. Crab cats in the lab. I mean, the lab crabs. See, look what you're doing, lab rat. I'm calling them lab cats now.
Lab cats.
Lab cats. Cat labs. Whatever the fuck. Todd Brantley says, in a bear country. Who gives a fuck what they are?
Crab
Who
cat
names
country.
Himself? Crab. That's it. Actually, crab. I mean, crap. Cat country. That's what they are. Can they get fired already? Fucking.
I'm intrigued to see what they do between the two of them. If they can work together, I'll be surprised.
I'm not talking about Ortiz and Santana, but yeah, like you said, Ortiz confronts Santana on the ramp. Afterwards, they exchange some words, but Santana keeps walking by and goes to the back while Ortiz just stands there playing with his balls. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'm hyped for it, but unless this is the harder dude, it has to be Mike Santana dominating Ortiz unless it's a hardcore type of match where, you can sort of suspend your disbelief.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, am I wrong in saying that?
I think you're right, unless they build up Ortiz over a couple of weeks
Well, they
here,
need
where he's
to,
getting
but
wins
will
over
they?
people. This is AEW, man. Don't expect them to do anything that would
No.
require some foresight or knowledge.
You answered your own question, though, bro, right there.
Yeah.
As much as they need to be doing that, they're not. You and I both know they're not going to do that. Heck, the whole chat even knows they're not going to do that. So, yeah, it is what it is. And in the end, we're not going to care. Anyway, next, it's your shtick, actually, Chris, because it's time for the...
It's time for the main event.
Oh, there we go. It's time for the main event indeed, because it is Butterfly, Hangman, Brokeback Page, and the young fucks in Mark and Mark Jackson defeating the big man in Brian Cage and the other two big men in the Annals of Agony. Is your anal in agony right now, Chris, after watching this match?
Man, they could have done so many different things that would have been good for business in this moment. Like, this could have been like a really, really good moment in AEW history. It could have been they could have done so much with this right now, because okay, you've got Swerve and Hangman, and they're building towards something, right? Where it's going to be Swerve and Hangman, and that's going to be a good match, right? And it looks, and people are like, oh, look, they're gonna have a great feud, and it's going to be fantastic. It's already fucked. It's gonna wind up being about the fucking 6-man championship. Keep in mind, it's the Ring of Honor 6-man championship, and not the trios.
That's right, not
belts.
trios. No, yeah. Spot on.
They wrestled for the Trios Championship earlier. Fuck the AEW Trios belt. That's just some fucking trinket belt. That's not the one that the Elite have. The Elite have the Ring of Honor 6-man Trios Championship. I mean the 6-man Championship for Ring of Honor, which is a company that doesn't really exist. So Swerve and Hangman are in a feud.
Right.
So you could have had Swerve cost Hangman and the Elite this match, right?
Could have.
Okay, which would have done a few things. First of all, it would have added some heat to Swerve and Hangman, right? Actually,
it's lukewarm now, Chris. It's getting.
They would have a reason to dislike each other, other than just Swerve is mad because he's black and didn't get the opportunities or whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
So you could have gotten some heat for the feud. Then you could have gotten Cage, Leone, and what's the other guy's name?
Fucking hell. I don't know, man.
The Gates of Agony. You could have gotten the Gates of Agony. You could have got the Gates of Agony. What would have been legitimately a big win for them, right? Like, those three guys getting a win over the Elite and a main event, even if it's on a Friday,
a lot, right?
It would have been good for them, right? Like, that's something that you can actually build around. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. Or Cown or Cone or
no, it's
whatever.
Khan. It's Khan. It's pronounced as Khan. He's right.
Of course, it's Khan. Why wouldn't it be Khan?
Exactly.
So you could have done that, right? Where you get business done on the feud. You start building these 6-man championships as a thing that can be competed for. You get the group over that Swerve is in, right?
Yep.
You could have done all of this. You could have done all of this business in this segment.
Business.
And instead, it was, you know what? That doesn't work for us, brother.
It's sad, bro. No, there's no such thing as business in this company. But you know what's weird? Why the fuck would the Elite want the Ring of Honor 6-man, 10-man, fucking, I don't have a fucking clue, Ring of Honor Championship 6-man belts. Like, why would they want that shit?
So they can go through a fucking airport, and when the TSA guy stops them and is
They can
like,
say they're
can you open
champions?
your bag? They can be like, sure, yeah, you can open my bag. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's my wrestling belt. Oh,
He's
you're
like,
like in like you mean in WWF or whatever? Oh no, fuck that company. That company's small time, man. We're in AEW. This is from our company that we actually run. Yeah, we're
and
big
then the
time
guy
wrestlers.
says, "What did you say? AEW?" But that doesn't say AEW. It says
Right.
Ring of
Yeah.
Honor, man.
There's a lot of things here.
I'm just saying. I mean,
Fuck the elite. I'm like fuck the elite. At this point, they're FTE. They're FTE. Hence my name, FTE. New 6-man champs. I just, man, how do you make so many fucking mistakes in one fucking booking moment? Like one thing, you just go, yeah, we're gonna win. Why?
I don't know why, but I'm gonna ask Javi a why. I mean, why would you ask Liz that? I mean, seriously. Just saying. I feel so bad that she's the only chick in the chat right now, and has to get shit like that.
Don't feel bad.
I'm just saying.
Liz is tough as fuck, man.
Nah,
Liz
she
wouldn't
is,
be
man, for
nearly
real.
as entertaining or as fun if she was like, if she wasn't somebody who could just absolutely like punch you back in the face verbally. Liz is great.
For sure.
We
But what's
wouldn't
even
want Liz
funnier-
to be. We wouldn't want Liz to be any different than she is. She's fantastic.
And her response is just total gold. I mean, she says if this question had come from Hitman, which is Media M5, it would have had a totally different connotation. However, yes, this was awful. May have gone and grabbed a popsicle during the match. Anyway, you guys are characters. Like, straight up. These are all funny, man. That's why they're the Crab Cats and the Bear Cats. Whatever you choose. Well, that was the main event, Chris. Is there anything else to say about this? I was in and out of sleep at this point.
So
Not
many
gonna lie.
opportunities completely wasted.
And all
Thrown
I'm
out the window. Thrown out the window so that these three fucking assholes can play wrestler with their buddies. I just, man, these guys.
Is this just a bunch of men, or sorry, kids, or what are they?
They're Christian as fuck, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, do your cross for the Christian as fuck cunts. AEW, the cure for insomnia. It sure does cure insomnia. It actually does. And thank you once again, Crab Cats. Crab Cats out. Chris, fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I mean, 2 hours of agony is pretty bad. Now, let's just hope tomorrow night, man, is not going to be as bad as Friday night, because I don't want to have to sift through a whole bunch of
you said
fucking
it.
wreckage
Bro, you
again.
said it, right? What was the best part of this night? Like, and I mean by a mile, the best part
Honestly,
of this,
Jay
of this
White.
night was Jay White talking for
Yeah.
30 fucking seconds about the match
Yeah,
that's going to be
for real.
tomorrow. So
Facts.
tomorrow's going to be better because Jay White's going to have a match with Andrade. That'll be a
Right.
really good match. Daniel Bryan is in action tomorrow night in a what is it, a dog collar match? What is it?
Is it a dog collar match?
I don't know what the fuck it is. Some kind of fucking match. He said first blood.
Why?
I don't know. Whatever he's doing with Ricky Starks, I'm sure it'll be good. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be a way better show. This was just 2 fucking hours of Rampage. So F from me. F for go fuck yourself.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That's man. I can't give this a rating because, to be fair, I missed the whole hour.
It's a Texas death match, or a
Is it?
not Texas death match, a Seattle death match.
Oh yeah, it was the Seattle. Is it in Seattle this week?
I don't know. It's a death match anyway. Liz is right. Thanks, Liz.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, what's the death match these days? I mean, death match implies to the death, does it not?
That's the connotation. Yeah.
So who's dying tomorrow? Oh, well, I better not say that. Knock on wood. I mean, it is Daniel Bryan in the match, or Bryan Danielson, whatever, if you get my drift. Last thing he needs is another head knock.
Yeah, man. Him and Thunderhead Shibata should really have a fucking feud.
Oh, bro, that's a death match right there. Or is it an Insomnia match? I don't know. Ah, shit, don't say that, Liz. The death of Collision. But we need the mask. Anyway, Chris, look, because I only watched 1 hour, it deserves an F for me. The first hour, I'm not going to lie, it looked way more interesting on paper. Well, going by your word, you say it wasn't. I just said only by paper, it seemed a lot more interesting. So, it gives a big F to me. And I'm not sticking my fingers up at everybody or Chris. That's to you, TK. Motherfucker. Yeah, ban this cunt. Fucking prick. I can't get over that. Anyway, Chris, tell them where they can find you, man.
Well, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at ChrisAmbs1. You can go there to see everything I have to say about pro wrestling, politics, and whatever the fuck else I feel like talking about. You can find me right here on HMG and ChannelAttitude.com. You can also find me on the PWC Network. Those are the places you can find me. On Channel Attitude and Hamin Media Group. You can find me right here on Rampage UnCaged. You can find me tomorrow morning for the Smack Attack, where we talk about SmackDown with John Enright, and on Sundays at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time in the morning after the Collision, we sift through
the wreckage.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yeah, so find us there. And of course, like I said, on the PWC, you can find all of our shows over there. But most importantly, I'm still saying most importantly, even though that sounds like I'm super big fucking egotistical asshole, because I am. The Wednesday Night Skirmish, which this week we had special guest Big Ray fucking Hernandez. So
yeah.
Awesome.
And thanks for holding it down without me for the first hour and a bit, man. You know, it's funny. I was listening back to the show, and I thought I was only on there for maybe 30 minutes, but I was actually on there for another hour and 30 minutes, dude.
Yeah, it was a long show.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even realize. Well, anyway, if you want to follow me on the X, you can at DJ Mass Effects, and also you can follow us at the PWC Network. Like and subscribe right here at channelattitude.com, where for $5 you get the best talk in all of wrestling, including this show. Like Chris said, the Smack Attack, where we'll be live with our very own John Enright, where we talk all things WWE SmackDown. And then, as Chris said, after the Collision, we sift through the wreckage for AEW Collision on Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Central, was that, or Eastern?
Central Standard Time.
There we go. So that's 11 a.m. Eastern time for most of you folks on the East Coast. And also like and subscribe at HaminMediaGroup.podbean.com and the PWCNetwork.podbean.com, where you can find all our other shows. And that's a wrap, I think, Chris. So in saying that, I am Jimmy T. That is Chris Ambs. And you've been listening... what did I just say? You've been viewing and listening to the HMG Rampage UnCaged show, where it's unhinged, uncensored, uncaged, right here on channelattitude.com. And we're out. And thank you to everyone in the chat for joining us as per usual. You guys have all been absolutely marvelous. Crab Cats out. Peace.
Olé.
I think once I took my first Vicodin, it was just like this feeling of, like everything was not only mellow, but didn't feel any pain. It just didn't, it just kind of numbed things. I don't know at what point exactly it started to be a problem. I just remember liking it more and more. People tried to tell me that I had a problem. I would say, get that fucking person out of here. I can't believe they said that shit to me. They know nothing about my fucking life. Are they out of their fucking mind? I'm not out there shooting heroin. I'm not out there fucking, you know, putting coke up my nose. I'm not smoking crack. You're struggling with the argument of, do you have a problem or do you not have a problem? Can you control it or can you not? And I literally thought I could control it. You're taking things that people are giving you that you don't even know what the fuck they are. They look like a pill, and they're shaped like something that you take, so you take it. You know, Xanax, Valium, tomato. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's all in the same family. Fuck it, take it. Had I have got to the hospital about 2 hours later, I would have died. My organs were shutting down. My liver, kidneys, everything. They were gonna have to put me on dialysis. They didn't think I was gonna make it. My bottom was gonna be death. Within a month, I had relapsed and shot right back up to the same amount of pills I was taking. I was walking around my house and thinking every single day, like, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, I'm looking at my kids and I need to be here for this. Coming off of everything, I literally was up 24 hours a day for 3 weeks straight. And I mean, not sleeping, not even nodding off for a fucking minute. Like, I was literally just up, like, looking at the TV. I had to regain motor skills. I had to regain talking skills. It's been a learning process. Like, I'm growing. I just couldn't believe that anybody could ever be naturally happy and naturally function or be just enjoying life in general without being on something. So I would say that to anybody that it does get better, you know, it does.
Now I've been drowning in this liquor bottle, but drowning's not enough. They tell me that I won't live to see tomorrow, but I don't give a fuck. I'm running out of patience, out of pleasure, and running out of luck. I'm really scared that we won't stay together. What if you run out of your love? You run out of your love. I hope you know if I said it, baby, I'm intact. Straight lovers, we ain't going to a friendship. Fell for you, I don't know how it happened. When we kissing, I taste all the passion. Time worth more than money, but I'll spend and I'll evade on you, me, you until the end. No talking, baby, I'm about the action. All these other hoes are so irrelevant and honest. You taught me what real love. Now I've been drowning in this liquor bottle, but drowning's not enough. They tell me that I won't live to see tomorrow, but I don't give a fuck. I'm running out of patience, out of pleasure, and running out of luck. I'm really scared that we won't stay together. What if you run out of your love? You run out of your love. I need you to make it through. My bad for all of the stressful times that we had. I know you scared that I'm gon' relapse. I love that. Where the drugs at? You know that I love that. Let's go out tonight. Where the club's at? Endless drugs. I remember dub sacks in my blunt. Now we sippin' walk, got a double cup. Yeah, that's codeine love. You fill me up like the drugs do. Ink on my brain like a tattoo. Glad we meet in high school. Wasn't real. Now I've been drowning in this liquor bottle, but drowning's not enough. They tell me that I won't live to see tomorrow, but I don't give a fuck. I'm running out of patience, out of pleasure, and running out of luck. I'm really scared that we won't stay together. What if you run out of your love? You run out